everyone, and welcome to day 7 of our lockdown yoga series. Well done to any of you who've managed to do all 7 days of yoga. If you haven't but you'd like to catch up, please have a look on my YouTube channel. I've uploaded all the videos there. If you've just stumbled across my channel and you've not done any of my videos before, my name is Claudia and I'm from Yoga for Everybody. Over this recent lockdown in the UK, I've been posting quick 10 minutes yoga videos every day, just so we can keep our bodies and our minds happy and healthy. So please subscribe to my channel, check them out, let me know what you think. And today we're going to begin our practice lying down on the mat. So lie down in a nice and comfortable position with your legs straight, your feet are nice and relaxed, let them fall out. Arms by your sides, maybe palms facing up. Close your eyes and we're going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And then exhale through the nose. So try and keep your mind present. Try not to let it wander. Try not to think about anything you're going to do after this yoga class or what you've just been doing before. Try and just focus on how you're feeling right here, right now. Take another deep breath in and exhale. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Keep your left leg straight on the mat and start bringing your right knee towards your body. Interlace your hands around your knee and then draw it in loosely to start with. And just draw a few circles one way with your knee and then the other, just warming up and exploring the flexibility of the hip here. And then when you're ready, start bringing your knee maybe a little bit closer to your chest. See how that feels in the hips today. Take a breath in. And then on an exhale, see if you can bring your knee out to the side. So we're trying to bring it closer to your right shoulder. So opening it out to the side. Take a breath in. And then bring it back to center. Interlace your hands behind your thigh. And on an inhale, see if you can start straightening the right leg up towards the sky. Doesn't matter if it doesn't straighten all the way. We're just warming up the muscles, the joints. So if you need to keep a little bend in the knee, do. And then see if you can point and flex your foot and do a couple of circles with your foot one way and then the other. And then rebend the right knee, bring it into your chest one more time. And we'll switch sides. So straighten your right leg out on the floor, bend your left knee, bring your knee into your chest quite loosely to start with. Interlace your hands over your knee and then just draw a few circles one way with your left knee and then the other, exploring flexibility in your left hip. Might feel totally different to your right, which is absolutely fine. And then see if you can start bringing it a little bit closer to your chest. See how that feels. Take an inhale. On an exhale, see if you can open it out to the side and start bringing it towards your left shoulder. One more breath in. And then bring it back to center. Interlace your hands behind your thigh and see if you can start straightening the left leg towards the sky. And again, you can keep a little bend in the knee or a big bend in the knee if you need to. Take an inhale and then point and flex your toes. Do a couple of circles with your foot one way and then the other. You might hear a few clicks, that's absolutely fine as long as it's not painful. And then rebend the left knee, draw it into your chest one more time. And then stretch your left leg out onto the floor. Bend both knees in and bring your feet flat onto the mat, about hip width apart. And then bring your right foot over your left knee and use your right hand to just gently push your right knee out to the side, opening the hip here. So I'll give you a couple of options. You can just stay here and feel the stretch if that's deep enough for you already. If you want to go a little bit further, maybe start bringing your left knee towards your body, maybe interlace your hands behind your left thigh, maybe over your left shin. So the closer you bring that left knee in, the more stretch you should feel in your right hip. Just work at your own level, see what feels good for you today. Take another breath in. And then release your right foot flat on the mat, and we'll switch sides. So bring your left foot over your right knee, use your left hand to just open the left knee out to the side. And again, just see how that feels for your hip today. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can start bringing the right knee closer to your body, maybe interlace your hands behind your right thigh, maybe over your right shin. And just breathe into your left hip here. If at any point it doesn't feel comfortable, just back out, go into the previous variation. One more inhale, and then exhale, release. From here, bring both knees into your chest. Again, nice and loose to start with. Rock along the spine. And then maybe you can start bringing your knees a little bit closer to your body. Maybe you can have your hands on your knees. Maybe you can wrap your arms around and grab hold of your elbows and just rock along the spine. And then bring your hands underneath your knees, and we're going to rock up and down 3 times until we come into a seated position. So if this is not possible for you, just roll onto your right side and come into a seated position. Otherwise, rock 3 times and come into a cross-legged posture at the front of your mat. From here, let's roll onto our hands and knees into a tabletop position. So shoulders over your wrists. Hips are over your knees. Inhale, arch the spine, look forwards. Exhale, round the back and look down. Inhale, come back to neutral. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up into downward facing dog. Keep a bend in the knees if you need to. You can pedal your feet down, stretching one leg at a time. Make sure your shoulders are nice and relaxed. They're not pressing against your ears, so externally rotate them. Take another breath in, and then on an exhale, drop your knees down onto the floor. Bring your hands to the left side of the mat and step your right leg forwards. So your right foot is against the right edge of the mat, your hands on the inside of your foot. Roll onto the area just above your left kneecap and see how that feels. If you want to go a little bit further, you can roll onto the outer edge of your right foot. Maybe use your right hand to gently press onto your right knee and feel the opening in your right hip. Stay here. If you want to go even deeper, maybe start bending your left knee, bring your left foot closer to your body. Maybe grab hold of your left foot with your right hand and feel the opening in your left hip flexor as well. You can gaze towards the back of the room or maybe just directly forwards. And then exhale, release, step your right leg back into a tabletop position. Inhale, arch the spine, look forwards. Exhale, round the back and look down. Inhale, come into a neutral position. Exhale, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. One deep breath in down dog. And then drop your knees down onto the mat. Move your hands to the right side of your mat. Step your left foot forward so your hands are on the inside of your left foot. Roll onto the area just above your right kneecap and just see how that feels today in your hips. You can stay here, or maybe you want to deepen the stretch by rolling onto the outer edge of your left foot. Maybe use your left hand to press on the left knee. Feel the opening in your left hip. Stay here, or maybe you want to start bringing your right foot closer to your body. Maybe grab hold of your right foot with your left hand and kick the foot into your hand. You'll feel the opening in your left shoulder as well. Breathe into the stretch. If at any point it becomes too challenging, back out and come back to the previous variation. Wherever you are, one more breath. And then release. Step your left leg back into a tabletop position. Inhale, arch the spine, look forwards. Exhale, round the back and look down. Inhale, come into a neutral position. Exhale, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Deep breath in down dog. Hello, Christopher. On your next inhale, drop your knees down onto the floor. Bring your left knee to the center of your mat and then slide your right knee forwards towards your right wrist and then wrap it all the way around so it ends up on top of your left knee. And then see if you can just sway forwards and back. See how that feels in the hips. You can just stay here doing this, or maybe see if you can sit back onto your sit bones. So your knees are stacking one on top of the other, your feet are flexed. Feel the opening in the hips here. It's quite a deep hip opener, so just be mindful. The further you move your feet away from the body, the more stretch you will feel in your hips. And if you want to add the arms, stretch your arms out in front of you, wrap your left arm over your right, maybe just give yourself a hug, place your hands on your shoulders and then lift your elbows up, feeling the stretch in the shoulders. If you want to go into full eagle arms, see if you can continue wrapping your arms around, maybe grab hold of your left wrist with your right hand and then inhale, lift your elbows up. So really deep stretch for the hips and the shoulders, and you'll notice that I keep moving around. I don't like being stationary in the posture, so feel free to do the same or feel free to stay still, whatever works for you. When you're ready, unwrap the arms, roll onto your knees and come back into a tabletop position. Inhale, arch the spine, look forwards. Exhale, round the back, look down. Inhale, come into a neutral position. Exhale, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. One deep breath in down dog. And then inhale, drop your knees down onto the mat. Bring your right knee to the center of the mat. Glide your left knee forwards towards your left wrist and then wrap it around so your left knee is on top of your right. And again, if you have particularly tight hips, you might just want to stay here for the next few breaths and just explore the flexibility in the hips. If you want to go a little bit deeper, see if you can sit back on your sit bones. Feet are nice and flexed to protect the knees, and just see how that feels. So your left knee is stacking on top of your right. If you want to feel the stretch even more, see if you can move your feet away from your body. And then stay here, or if you want to do the full variation with the arms, stretch your arms out in front of you, right arm over your left, and again, maybe just give yourself a hug. Place your hands on your shoulders and lift your elbows up. Sometimes we all need a hug. And maybe you can continue wrapping your arms around, grab hold of your right hand with your right wrist with your left hand, and maybe lift your elbows up towards the sky. You'll feel a really deep stretch at the front of your shoulders as well as the shoulder blades. One more inhale. And then unwrap your arms, roll onto your knees one more time, back into tabletop position. Inhale, arch the spine, look forwards. Exhale, round the back, look down. Inhale, come into a neutral. Exhale, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. One breath in down dog. And then drop your knees down onto the floor. Cross your legs and sit back in an easy cross-legged posture. Have your hands on your knees, relax your shoulders back and down, tuck your chin, close your eyes, and we'll finish the practice with 3 deep breaths. Inhaling through the nose just try not to let your mind wander just yet. Keep it present, keep focusing on how you're feeling at this moment in time. And from here, you're more than welcome to lie down onto your mat and have a quick Shavasana if you've got time. And thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the class. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so you get notified of all the new videos. Have a beautiful rest of your day,